Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're exploring a hidden world that touches literally every single one of us, the invisible architecture of patient safety in the pharmaceutical industry. You know, when we think about our health, we usually just visualize the tangible things, right? The doctor writing a prescription, the pharmacist handing over a bottle, or that exact moment we take a dose of medicine. But there is this massive, entirely unseen world operating beneath the surface to make that simple act safe. It's a world built entirely on rigorous, unseen dedication. So, let's pull back the curtain and look at the gravity of what really keeps us safe.
Why patients never see us but trust us every day. Now, this really captures the ultimate paradox of the pharmaceutical industry. It's an ecosystem designed from the ground up to be completely invisible. Honestly, if the system is working perfectly, the patient is totally oblivious to it. They never even have to wonder if their medicine is safe because a hidden army of professionals has already guaranteed it. It's a pretty profound dynamic when you think about it. Complete anonymity paired with absolute reliance.
Section 1. The Invisible Workforce, the Unsung Heroes of Medicine. Let's think about the people for a second. Most patients are never going to cross paths with the quality assurance team, the microbiologist, the analytical scientist, the manufacturing operator, or the validation engineer. In fact, a single pill might pass through the hands and rigorous checks of dozens of these highly specialized experts before it ever leaves the factory floor. They're absolutely the guardians at the gate, doing incredibly complex work every single day for people whose names they'll never even know.
Section 2. The Hidden Infrastructure, the Language of Quality.
They won't see the investigations. When anything goes even slightly off course on the manufacturing floor, it immediately triggers intense scrutiny. But the patient at home, just swallowing a pill with a glass of water, they know absolutely nothing about the root cause analyses that happened months prior. And they won't read the SOPs. The standard operating procedures. These are the highly technical, exhaustively detailed rulebooks that govern every single action in a facility. These documents act as these unseen, impenetrable shields protecting the patient from error.
Patients will never know how many deviations were prevented, or how many CAPAs, those corrective and preventive actions, actually strengthened the system. This is an ecosystem that's constantly learning, correcting, and fortifying itself in complete silence.
Yet every time they take a medicine, they place their trust in us. So the crucial point here is that they just assume the system works. And that places a breathtaking amount of responsibility directly on the shoulders of the people inside.
Section 3. The Architecture of Trust. How safety is built.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because this trust, it isn't magic. It's a meticulously constructed blueprint. It starts right at the foundation with accurate data. That data builds into robust, repeatable processes. When issues do pop up, it demands honest investigations. This whole thing is held together by incredibly strong quality systems. And at the very top, the absolute pinnacle of the structure, patient safety first. Always.
Quality is often invisible, but its impact is not. I want to just pause here for a second. Let the weight of that statement sink in. The daily work might be unseen, but the result? The result is a father recovering from surgery, a child fighting off an infection, or a grandmother managing a chronic illness. The impact is literally life itself.
Section 4. The weight of every decision, the microactions of trust.
Every signature. Now, it might just seem like a quick stroke of a pen, right? But in this world, it is a legally binding guarantee of safety.
Every review. Staring at rows and rows of data, making absolutely sure that every single parameter was met without exception.
Every batch disposition. Think about the immense gravity of looking at thousands of vials and officially releasing them out into the world for human consumption. Every single decision, literally everything in a pharmaceutical professional's daily routine leads right up to this moment of choice. And this brilliantly illustrates that there is no neutral ground here. Every signature, every review, every decision, it either strengthens that trust or it weakens it. Every microaction either fortifies that invisible architecture protecting the patient or it chips away at it. It's a really powerful, sobering reality. We may never meet the patients whose lives we help protect. There's an inherent, emotional distance built into this profession. You're separated from the end user by miles, by time, by massive supply chains. You don't actually get to see the relief on their faces. But they trust us every single day. And that is one of the greatest responsibilities in our profession. Patients are probably never going to know the names of the QA specialists or the validation engineers, but they rely completely on the quality behind every single dose.
It's a monumental responsibility, carried quietly every single day.
So I want to leave you with this provocative question directly from the source to reflect on. What does patient trust mean to you as a pharmaceutical professional? When you think about this invisible architecture we've explored today, how does your specific role fit into that blueprint? Just remember, the work might be unseen, but the impact is profound. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep building that trust.